So here is the intruder who likes to interrupt readings. What's happening? Do you know? Do you know what's happening? Hello, Leo. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. Okay, Leo, so if you are continuing to go along with a situation that is not what you really want, then maybe it's time for you to start developing your intuitive side that lets you know what feels right and what doesn't. And then with Hearth, we're looking at what that is to you. What does family and home look like to you? This also talks about making sure that you're fostering the relationships within your home, spending time with family. But this complacency very specifically is talking about you going along with a situation that is not what you want to be doing. And I'm wondering if you're going along with something that has kind of cut you off from your intuition. It's almost like that inner voice has been blocked to the point where you don't know how you feel about the situation that you're in right now. Now, for others of you, it's just realizing that you've stayed complacent in order to keep things peaceful within the home. But if you're listening to your intuition is immediately going to tell you, hey, this doesn't feel good, right? But needing to develop the intuition, no longer going along with things that aren't what you want. Six of Cups, so for some of you, it'll have to do with the past emotions, past feelings about a past person, possibly with that King of Cups. But I love the Hearth card because it's like finding comfort at home. With all the craziness going on, you know, that's the one place that should always be your sanctuary, right? All right, Leo, you're overall the Three of Cups. So support, friends, having a good time, getting together with people. This may be seeking the advice or the help of others, or this is just others trying to lift you up right now. In the past, death. So yeah, I would imagine. So for some of you, absolutely, this is going to be about a group of people that are helping you get through a situation that came to an end. And you needing to go through the inner transformation now that it's over with. Now, for others of you, it's just, yep, I ended a situation, it's done and it's over with, I'm never going back, and everybody is happy about that. In the present, Judgment. Okay. So you're looking at the situation differently. You know, it's very much a going back to go forward. This is the wake-up call, reviewing the past in a different way, rising above a situation, making different judgment calls. But this has come out of a situation that changed who you were, I think. Now, this may be coming back in the present moment because of the resurrection, right? So a situation that was dead and changed you may be coming back, but because you're rising above it, you're seeing it differently. Okay. Future conditions, the Five of Cups. It's like it was over with, but if it's making its return, you see it for what it is. You've already made your call on it. And it doesn't exactly feel good, but it is what it is what it feels like to me. But you're not by yourself here. There are people that are like, you know, I understand what you went through, and, you know, we don't want you to stay in this place of depression, reflecting on, you know, what changed for you because of a situation coming to its end. But, you know, again, it's like needing to go back a little bit so that you can go forward. But some of you may be having to kind of deal with the emotions surrounding that. But you have support with the Three of Cups. Okay, your best path to follow, the Eight of Swords. Be careful about getting stuck in certain thinking patterns, right? So being stuck in a situation with the Eight of Swords, not being able to see a way out. So, especially with the Five of Cups, you know, it's like, don't let those emotions keep you trapped, is what I want to say here. You know, be careful about feeling like there is no other way to see the situation, because judgment is saying otherwise. You know, but be careful about the thoughts that are keeping you stuck in the same patterns, where the only thing you can see is what went wrong or what came to an end. Now, this may be something that you didn't want to have completed, but it almost feels like it was out of your control with judgment, and it being something that you have to review and look back at. And I say that because of the Five of Cups and this sense of like disappointment in your environment, strength. So needing to use your inner strength when it comes to having to accept that the situation is what it is, especially if it's possibly something that you keep wanting to bring back, but it's not happening. And again, I say that because of this. But with strength, it's not needing to force a situation, but having the courage and the strength to be able to look at things differently and understand why this had to happen for you. Because death, again, is talking about the transformation that takes place. But for some of you, it may have been a change that you didn't exactly want. So your hopes and your fears, the devil, I don't want to keep going back to the same patterns, the same negative patterns. And for some of you, this may feel like being trapped with hurt emotions over something that came to an end in a way that I don't think that you wanted it to or expected it to. But something about it may be coming back up in the present moment. But with the devil, it's like, you know, it's a toxic cycle. And this is not what you want to get trapped in again. You know, and that may have to do with groups of people though too. But I'm still looking at the Three of Cups, and I'm looking at, you know, people who are there for you. Especially looking back at Hearth, right? The people in your home that you care about, the people you let into your home that you love, right? Those people that you know have your back. And I think that that is where you need to be reaching out to right now. And for some of you, it's upsetting, but looking at this, it's like you've had the strength to not get caught up in that same pattern or same cycle again. You know, be aware of why you are looking at the situation like it can't be any other way. But don't get caught up in the painful thoughts that affect you emotionally. Wow, man. And then coming out the world, perfect. It's done. Again, we're not going back to negative patterns or cycles or getting attached to negative people, situations, you know, whatever that devil represents for you with the world coming out, that's over. That's a pattern you never have to go back to. And it's a successful completion. It just doesn't feel that way. But this is the world being open up to you now. And it's almost like having a group of people go, see, not all is lost, right? Justice, okay. The Magician. And then the Six of Pentacles. This is just straight up making clear and fair choices for you based on the ending of a situation that changed who you were, with the Magician being aware of what you are manifesting in the moment by looking back at this situation. It's about rising above it and understanding that you can create whatever the hell you want here. And with the world, that's exactly what you're doing. This is being aware of your ability to break a cycle and being aware of what you are creating and what is being reflected back to you. And this is like finding balance with that again. And then with the Six of Pentacles, we're talking about equal give and take. So, and with the Three of Cups being the overall, this may be where you're getting some assistance, getting some help from some friends, dealing with the emotions that you may have been left with. But all of this is what is happening out of the ending of a cycle in a very successful way. And for those of you who feel like you've been in unfair situations, or, you know, in even with justice, right? Like having to go through court situations, whatever that may be. With death, it's over with. It changed who you were. I think you're more mindful about what you're manifesting, because there's this feeling with you here in your environment kind of holding back. But realizing that whatever it is that you give to is what you're going to get back, especially with the Magician. But I'm looking at support for the way that you're feeling based on this situation. Mystery, expansion. So for some of you, you may find it hard to understand why things happen the way they did. And that may seem like it's a mystery to you, but this is you like intentionally looking to uncover like the silver lining in the situation, if you will. And then emerging, if I could talk right. So once you start digging into what's really behind all this and seeing the blessing in disguise, then there's going to be this expansion and this new awareness that begins to emerge. And more possibilities with the world are going to start to open up to you. Things that you may not have considered for yourself before, because you may have been in this cycle for quite some time. Yep, overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. And then journey by moonlight, believe in magic. There you go. I like the way that you're coming out on this with the clarifiers with the world. That's exactly where you want to be. Having a sense of fairness and balance. Being mindful about what you are reflecting back to yourself. What you're manifesting and creating. But also getting the assistance that you need. And being more aware of what you're investing yourself into.